This is a coach who has handled recruitment himself in the last 3 windows.
Okay, fair point.
When he joined Asante Kotoko, when he was appointed by His Royal Majesty to take over with Kwesiapia and the likes, he was...
So this is in the second coming?
Yes. Ogum bought the players he wanted. Let me tell you, let's take... If people don't know who Ogum is, let's give them a quick throwback. When, not to hold any brief on Anaya Amponsa and then, his management team, but they got him players, quality players. And remember, Jerome was talking about Ituga and Imfegi, scoring and giving numbers.
Yeah.
Steven Desa-Mokwala. These were players Ogum declined.
These are players he didn't want.
He didn't want.
Okay.
At Asante Kotoko. But management were like, come on, these are top quality players. You're going to play with them. What happened? These players, someone will say the rejected stones, became the cornerstone of Asante Kotoko's seasons in those particular campaigns. You know Imoro Ibrahim?
Yeah.
I don't know how many left backs you put before Imoro Ibrahim in this country. This was a player he did not like. But Imoro turned out to be one of the best.
But coaches have preferences, don't they?
Exactly. Steven Desa-Mokwala.
Yeah.
He wanted him went to bring some Ouattara from Bricum, Chelsea. It was a mess. Steven Amankuna. I'm telling you the signings that he actually called for. Steven Amankuna. He came to Asante Kotoko and he was terrible. He was a disaster.
Yeah.
He just couldn't play. The players that he didn't want were the players who achieved. Now on his return, he got in some players from Nanabe.
But let's talk about that first thing. Did he win the league or not?
He won the league.
Very well.
But,
now let's continue.
but I am telling you that.
No, so let's continue.
So I am telling you that he won the league because he had great supervision from a management team. He was acting as a coach and he had proper supervision and oversight responsibility from some others who made sure that things were being done right. Now in the second coming, given the mandate, Prosper Nate Ogum, doctor, you won the league for Asante Kotoko. Now take over recruitment, take charge of all technical affairs. I don't know which club in this world that doesn't have a physical trainer. Asante Kotoko doesn't have a physical trainer. I am telling you this.
They don't have a physical trainer?
Yes.
Right, is it not? Did I not read to you the women's team, the how women's team couldn't have a condition?
Is that the decision taken by Ogum or management?
Before the season started, Ogum was the head of all technical affairs. He was part of management. Have you all forgotten? It was Nana Pinkra, Kwesiapia, Prosper Nate Ogum, 3.
Yeah.
And Ogum was given that responsibility to take charge of all recruitment, together with forming his own technical team. That is one. He went to bring the likes of Nana Benyi and what players. Kotoko ended up sending about 6, 7, close to 13 players away, including some old players. Because the coach, after the season, said, no, these players were not good enough. But they were his own purchases. Now the season started. He's been given all the players that he went in for, the players he said he wanted.
Okay.
To the point that in the middle of the season, Isaac Minta, Eduku, there's this guy, Kwame Poku. He has actually revamped Michael Sefa, who is now playing in Central. He's actually revamped. He's moved on from the Henry Ensu and the likes that he himself brought. Emmanuel Enchi. These were players he actually called for. And these players come, and as a coach, you cannot work with them when you say they were quality for you. And you've brought them in. I would not hold any brief for a manager or a coach who brings in his own player, especially when he sits down on the negotiation table and calls the shot that, yes, I want this player. If there's how much he wants to take, you are going to give him, we are going to get that player. And he ends up failing. Kotoko were in poor position to win the league, especially after the Nswacheman case.
Yeah.
They bounced back, won 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Same manager.
But in the last 3 games, when you expected, these games or matches that the club should win, performances. Remember, I was talking about performances, and you remember the management statement?
Yeah.
That fans are going. So clearly, it was Kokro the John the management were doing. They knew that the performance was terrible. It was wrong. The team was not playing well. It was a disaster. But Safuduku signed that lengthy passage. I don't know whether we were doing Wasi with that passage he wrote, trying to warn sports presenters, journalists, and fans from criticizing and analyzing constructively the performance of the coach. And they came to Accra, they disgraced themselves, and Rainer Kraft pointed it out that was the easiest game he's ever played against Asante Kotoko. So yes, we have the audio. If you don't have it, I'll send it to you, Mortal. He will let us. He will play back again. Rainer Kraft made mention of it. So if a coach has all the liberty to make signings, to plan his season, to recruit his technical team and everything, as sporting director, he controls even the media activities. So everything around the team was controlled by Prosper Ogum.
He had that much power.
Exactly. He was up there. And remember during his appointment, His Royal Majesty Otumfuo made mention that Konekoye mi team ni mami. In Fiobia, to set this a meme and Namakaseko.
He's doing the team. Oh. Is he not doing the team?
Charlie, if you have a football team and they were playing like this, would you be happy? You sit here and you cry over Manchester United's poor results. Yeah. But you want Asante Kotoko fans to sit and watch their club. That should be overly dominant in Ghana. That should be the easiest dominance they should have.
Overly dominant. Haven't you? So you can't see that they're chasing back. The teams that you believe are small teams have closed the gap.
So very good. So that is why
Kotoko can see.
So that is why
the gap has closed.
So that is why if a coach is given all that liberty on the playing surface, behind the playing surface, outside of the pitch, in the band, to have that all control, and he ends up failing this woefully to the point that inner wranglings with players. It's never happened. It's not just one season. Oh. It's been there for God ever since he came to Asante Kotoko. Even in his first stint, he fought with players. He brought his own Stephen Amankona. He fought with him.
And he won the league. And he won the league.
Okay, you know, so
he fought with the players. He won the league.
No, you get it. He fought at that time when he wanted to get rid of a number of players, like I mentioned, Imoro. He didn't like Etuga. You know, he wanted to play with his own men. Yeah. Players that you know these guys were better than. Yeah. It was an insistence from the management that, gentlemen, these players are quality players. You cannot come and tell us that they are no good. So we should send them away.
The quality of the management there presently. It goes to speak to the quality. So if they cannot see,
so that is what I am saying. Raymond,
let's not make it look that this is an Ogum problem. The entire management.
You have had your say. If you think it's management, when it gets to your turn, you speak about management.
Management.
I think it is Ogum on the playing surface. Management don't run the day-to-day, technical plan of the team. You watch Asante Kotoko in Accra. And people were like, come on, they cannot string 2-3 passes together. After 65 minutes, the team is tired. They are panting. They want breath.
Yeah. All of those things are more coaching
conditional. When the season started, very good. When the season started, and I spoke about how Asante Kotoko are playing 11 against 11 in the opening 2 weeks of the season, they were like, we are doing reverse osmosis. And then reverse yomono. You get so
ask Kelvin for me. Kelvin for me. Post the death of Poli, and when Kotoko got to the top of the table, was he a different coach, different set of players, different management? So
that is why I am saying, if you listen to me, I said Kotoko were in pole position to win the league. Even
suddenly, Ogum is the man who doesn't have this, the man who hasn't done this, the man who is not using the players well, the man who is his players are panting for bread. I mean, Nathan.
But wait. If a team leads the table, goes on a break, and comes back, and players look like they haven't played, in like 6 months, over 6 months, is it my problem?
No.
Whose problem is it to put the players in better condition, to improve upon their overall technical play, their balance, the chemistry between the players?
That's a coaching.
It's a coaching problem. It is not my problem. It is not management's problem, especially when the coach has lots of liberty. You get to the training grounds and Malik Jabez, I don't think he even worries the coach, because you see how they laugh, they talk, and you just understand that yes, there is that, liberty for Ogum to work. Okay. And if he fails to get the result, you don't come and blame management for that poor performance. It's different if the team is playing well. but in the final third of the pitch, the players are missing opportunities. That one is different. This is a team that fails to even have the right coordination. The defense looks here and there. If it's not about individual brilliance from some of the players, like Samba O'Neil, who the last time the fans are there across the stadium were dishing out dollars to for his performance, and then his eagerness to die for Kotoko. The rest of the team, they look so plummeted. Kotoko fans were asking why there's this guy, this Peter Amidu wasn't part of the under-20 team. That guy has plummeted ever since the Poli thing happened. And you ask yourself, why? His condition has been poor. Maybe his injuries and other things have worried him and all that.
Okay.
But if a coach fails to have very good control of his basics after close over 1.5 seasons, your team cannot have an identifiable style of play. You look at Heart of Lions, it is identifiable. You see Bashiru Hayfort's handwork. Even with Dreams FC that they are, terrible to, you just see the handwork of the coach.
But we don't see that.
Exactly. You don't see it at Asante Kotoko.
Okay.
It is not glaring. It is not evident. And with that, you expect me that I should blame management for it.
You see,
it will never happen. It is the coach's fault. He's not that good.
Ray, let me bring in Michael. You want to finish?
No, quick one.
And then I bring in Michael.
Michael would have, all the time. But see, Kelvin in one breath speaks about how Ogum bought players. Management recommended players he didn't like. Management insisted that he used those players.
When? Is it Ogum 1 or
Ogum 1?
Okay.
How he says that management insisted
that the players are not going anywhere.
Yes,
they will not be put on transfer.
To use them. And when Ogum listened to management, or when Ogum was managed by management to win the league, everybody felt, Ogum was the man.
Yeah,
right. In another breath, Ogum now becomes the boss, in charge of all technical affairs, given all the freedom to work.
Yes.
And he's not in that management team alone. He's there with 2 others. One who's been a coach before.
Yeah.
One who's handled a technical team, and one who is currently handling a technical team of another country. Plus another, management team member.
Yeah.
Nathan, if these two, who may have taken the decision to sack him today, could not ask questions of what Ogum was doing, why he didn't have this. Look, so Kwesi Appiah is telling me that he, as a management team member, saw that the Kotoko team didn't have a fitness coach and couldn't be bothered about it. But where he coaches in Sudan, he has a fitness coach. Nathan, it means that part of the blame would have to go to that 2-man management team who have left Ogum to do what is done. That Kelvin believes is wrong. So again, I would blame that management as well. So I'll not shift all the blame on Prosper Ogum. But Nathan, when did Kotoko lose the initiative? In terms of losing the lead at the top to Kotoko?
Yeah, to Gold Stars. By the way,
it's been just 2 games.
I remember you even said that in one of those games.
They were going to tie.
You did say that Gold Stars was going to give them a problem.
It was just recently. Look.
It is 3 games.
Nathan.
How many games?
They drew with Beijing.
Yes.
They drew with Beijing.
They lost Accra Lions.
They lost to Lions.
And then
lost to Nation.
So how many points lost?
So Nathan.
So that's out of 9, they got 1.
So how many points lost?
Nathan.
8. If they had gotten the 8 in addition, where would have been their position now?
Still be top.
Exactly.
It is just 2 games. Look.
It is 3.
No, wait, Nathan.
What is 2?
No. I mean,
don't discount the points lost in the draw.
That Beijing game.
So they went 3 games without a win.
Yes. Exactly.
But Nathan, 3 games without a win in any league. I mean, even the teams leading the pack. Nations, golden.
In the running to a league, you lose 8 points and it's okay.
We've seen them this season.
Yeah.
Drop points consistently.
Yeah.
So, and that has been the story of the season. So just like Dreams FC that you have.
But now the window for errors.
So
that window is
so the medium. So you see, the level you want to place Asante Kotoko with Gold Stars is never the same.
No, Nathan.
Okay.
It is never the same.
Why is it never the same?
It is never the same. It is the reason why if Nottingham Forest drops points in 3 consecutive games, it is understandable. Do you think Arsenal fans are happy? Arsenal have dropped points.
No.
Exactly.
Nathan, do you know
but where has the backlash gone to? Where did the backlash go to? It went to Arsenal.
Nathan, I think that
did it go to Nottingham Forest? No.
Kotoko fans are not understanding something here.
Okay, what is it that they do?
You see, Kotoko fans, House of Folk fans, must understand that the days when they were dominant, days when they were considered a force to reckon with in Ghana Premier League, those days are long gone. And that is what they are failing to understand. So it's almost like, the stable owner thinks that he has the best horse and the best jockey. But on race day, you realize that look, the two of them are not where you expect them to be. That is what's happening to Kotoko and us. They think that based on past glory, based on what they've done before, they are still that force. Look, when Samatex is coming and winning the league, and Kotoko and Haas are playing in that league, there's a problem. You should know that those teams have lost their greatness. And no wonder Vision called one of them recently a former big team. That is their real size. And that is why when they are speaking about coach, as if the coach should come into the season, from start of the season to the end, he should win every match because it's Kotoko, because we are Kotoko. It doesn't happen like that. Golden Stars, Bibiani Gold Stars have closed the gap. I think I have a problem with the teams with the
you have problem with
Golden Kick and Gold, yeah. And then Nations FC.
Yeah.
And then Heart of Lions. These are teams that have stability when it comes to management.
Yeah.
They are doing the right things. They are doing the right recruitment. Haas and Kotoko, can they boast of the recruitment they have in their squad today, presently, that they think that they should win every single match in the course of the season? That is what they are failing to realize. So until they accept the reality that they are not a good team anymore.
No, what is the reality about? You just spoke about transfers. If you are talking about transfers and the players who join Asante Kotoko,
you cannot attract the best players in Ghana today. Kotoko and Haas are not being able to attract some of the best players in the Ghana Premier League.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Kotoko have bought some of the best players on the local scene.
How many? No, how many of them?
There is Minta. There is Eduku. There is Kwame Poku.
No, Nathan.
Wait.
Kwame who went and came.
No, there is Patrick Esiedu. There is Patrick Esiedu.
So you have the best players.
No, I am saying you said some.
So Kotoko have some of the best players in the league presently.
You get it.
And we are seeing this.
And you don't need
But Ray,
you don't need the best
in making that
the
point.
Best players on the local scene to win the league.
Ray,
you need a good team.
Yeah. Ray,
and if you fail to build a very good team, then it means you are.
And which manager is in charge? Prosper Ogum.
And has he built a good team?
Who has won the league?
Has he built a good team?
Nathan, not too long ago.
So that tells you
league with this same.
So that tells you his standards have fallen, and because his standards have fallen, he's not good enough.
Kotoko standards are still up there.
Okay,
but you don't.
Let me.
This is SportyFM, the voice of sport.